First of all, I believe a man by the name of Aleister Crowley, known openly as the wickedest man in the world, was directly responsible for bringing us to Crazy Town. I am sure that some of you will be aware of who this person is, but I would surmise that this name would be unfamiliar to most people. Crowley was also known as the Beast, which was what his mother called him when he was young, and with whom he had a strained relationship. His father died when he was 11. There are many details to find online about Crowley's controversial life and times, so I will cut to the chase. He was highly involved in Freemasonry and in ceremonial magical practices, including sex magic, and he was known to have been bisexual. He also assumed the title of Baphomet within the Ordo Templi Orientis, also known as OTO, originally founded in the early 20th century by German occultists and modeled after Freemasonry. Crowley described the Baphomet as a divine androgyny and the hieroglyph of divine perfection. I believe this information is quite relevant to the bizarre agendas we see playing out in the world today. The image on the left popped up when I searched for "They want to turn us into them," instead of us being in the image of God on the right. Crowley claimed that when he was honeymooning with his wife Rose Kelly in Cairo, Egypt, he was contacted by a disembodied entity named Aiwass, who provided him with the Book of the Law, which became the basis for Thelema, an esoteric and occult religious movement that Crowley founded in the early 1900s, and Crowley identified himself as the prophet of a new era of spiritual development for humanity. The basic tenet of the Book of the Law and Thelema is, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law." In other words, you can do anything you want without guilt, no matter how bad it is or how much it hurts others. There are a lot of details available to find about Crowley's life, but two stuck out for me. One is that he was said to have spent mid-1919 on a climbing holiday in Montauk on the eastern tip of Long Island. The other was that he was said to have died on December 1st of 1947, and that his ashes were buried under a tree in Hampton, New Jersey, in the garden of German occultist Karl Germer. Germer was Crowley's successor as the outer head of the OTO until his death in 1962. Hampton was the junction of the Central Railroad of New Jersey and the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western Railroad. Hampton is not only centrally located to places I have already looked at earlier in this video. Both of these railroads were connected to the Anthracite region in Pennsylvania, with the Central Railroad of New Jersey going to today's Jim Thorpe, which was formerly called Mock Chunk, Pennsylvania, and the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western Railroad going through Mount Pocono, on its way up to the Finger Lakes and Great Lakes regions of New York. The Anthracite region, where America was built, began, is located between Scranton and Wilkes-Barre on the northeast end, and Harrisburg on the southwest end. Mining and transporting anthracite coal to market was the biggest driving factor in first getting canals and then railroads up and running. We are told the American Canal Age was between 1790 and 1855 and started in Pennsylvania, where the first legislation surveying canals was passed in 1762, and mining the coal started in Wilkes-Barre in 1775. I think anthracite coal was the first replacement fuel source